Three, two, one.
Hey everybody, Ashley,
Hello.
Travis.
Cheers. How's everybody doing?
Cheers.
There we go. We have rounded out another week of life. We made it.
Yeah, we made it. Oh, I don't see how we made it, but we made it, right?
Yeah. I know that's a matter of perspective, but we're still here, so that's good in one fashion or another.
100%.
You're lucky, Holly. I had a whole bunch of stuff set up. If you weren't here, man, it was going to be something else.
You know what, Travis? Let your hair down. Let it out. I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to start off. I have a huge complaint.
Do it.
I've been upset over this for days. This logo you did. Everybody looks great. Rafi looks way better looking than he really is. Jamie looks great. You look great. I look like the guy from Up.
From what?
From Up. You added 20 years onto me, and you made me twice as angry as normal. This is not even remotely accurate. This is Rafi.
What's up, Patrick?
And that's me. I don't know how
that
you
is
got
you.
that.
Well, you can blame Chat GPT for that one.
It's all about the prompts.
That's great.
It's all about the prompts.
Oh, there you go, Patrick. He said, no, that's how you look in real life.
Yeah, no, he's exactly right. This is how I look in real life, even with the Hawaiian shirt.
He wishes. Maybe when you were younger.
I mean, come on. We know this is accurate.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but Rafi's been having I don't know if you've talked to Rafi, he's been having a real tough week, as the traveling veterinarian. I guess, and I didn't realize this, but it's this week of December, at least according to Rafi, is Diarrhea Awareness Week. And so
he would know.
Yeah, he's been running himself ragged.
Has he been running himself ragged, or has he been running himself to the commode? Because that kind of looks
a lot of runs to the commode.
Kind of looks a little suspicious. Don't you think, Ashley?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's not even making it to the commode.
I think there's probably been a few times where he didn't. I mean, that's just a couple of the voice messages I got. There was some whining and moaning,
right,
and swearing. So I think that he came up short a couple times. The number of steps to the commode were more than what he was anticipating. But anyway, enough about Rafi.
How's everybody's week going?
I'm doing well. Yeah, just I'm still home with a broken foot. Just I don't know I don't know how I keep myself busy. Like I'm like, how am I so busy for being home and not working? But like I guess I am working with the snakes and all my animals and trying to do more social media stuff. So I've let that, take it over a little bit more.
Nice. So as far as, well, I guess I got a couple of questions, but I'll let everybody talk about their weeks first. Holly?
Everybody, it's just the three of us. Come on now.
All right. So here's a question for both of you. When you guys decided you were going to do this as a business, which is nuts, what did you think about as far as like sustainability? As far as how you might manage the financial inflows and outflows, like how did you financially structure things Did you think about
Finan-
sustainability, or did you think more about just producing something worthwhile and everything else would kind of fall into place? Like what were your thought processes on how to set all this up?
So financially, rodents. What's up, Vicky's? Rodents is my main source of income when it comes to my business. It's great. You sell a snake maybe once a month or something because I'm a small time breeder. And I know I do need to put myself out there a little bit more. I do have reptile ads set up. I don't have my morph market set up, but I guarantee you I have customers every week for my rodents. And so for a breeder, if you're wanting to get into it, I absolutely 100% do rodents.
Yeah. So did you start those at the same time you started with the snakes?
Yes.
Yeah. So you acknowledged that in order to sustain the snakes, you had to have another income stream.
You have to have another income stream, and you have to be able to produce enough to feed your snakes. So you're not, I've heard people spending way over $1,000 a week just to feed their snakes for a bigger collection. And I'm like, not me. I mean, I don't have that kind of money. I'm going to buy my shavings, and, we use the horse pellet bedding underneath that. And then we use Combach for feed. And for the ASFs, we supplement with, we also add to, not supplement, but the black sunflower seed oil or whatever the freak it's called. Apples, sweet potatoes, any kind of fruits or vegetables that are, good for them. We give them every week. So.
All right. And those cost inputs those are obviously a lot lower than you buying your own rodents, but you still have, with the sales, you can recoup the cost inputs plus put something into the ball pythons.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
about you?
I live in a very small area there's not a lot of breeders. So your price kind of has to reflect, if you're around a bunch of breeders, you do have to go lower on your rodent production prices. But like with me, there's nobody else around. So I try to set mine to where I can still afford to buy all of my shavings and pellets and stuff for the week and feed. And there still be a few dollars left, because you have to make some kind of profit, because you're not getting paid for doing that stuff. You're not getting paid for cleaning and every week and water changes and all this. So definitely make sure you do that.
And how did you get the word out locally? Because your customers are local for your rats, right? Your mouth. I know you got a mouth on you, but
yeah. So a little bit on Instagram, not a lot. Mostly on Facebook locally, and I have another Chris, the guy who this guy here, Reptiles and Oddities. I said we kind of did a trade-off where he has a rat rack and he gets to feed his collection. And if he doesn't have any, he'll let me know, and vice versa. I'll send customers his way if I'm running low. But it's good to work with local people and try to sustain a business. As long as he's making money, I'm making money, we're both happy. He contacted me because I provided the rack and rodents for him. And he's like, is it okay if I breed rodents and sell them? I'm like, dude, absolutely. Like, I don't want to kick anybody. Like, I'm not that person. We need more people around us doing this. So,
right.
Mike said rats are too much work. Mike, no, they're not. You're just a girl.
Ooh, dang.
Girls are much tougher, so no, not a girl.
Right?
It's just being a typical man.
Because we just found out at least one of the girls breeds her own rats. So,
hey, Jamie.
What's up, baby?
Miss Jamie.
All right, your turn, Ashley. What you got? How did you look at things as far as being sustainable and all that stuff?
When I first got into this, it was just, I bought my daughter a snake, and it wasn't I had no intention of breeding or doing anything like that. It was when I found a really awesome reptile shop near me, and then my eyes were open to this whole reptile world, and learning. And then I started buying. But I'm a person who almost all the time works a lot. I generally have 3 to 4 jobs at all times. Putting in a 14, 15-hour day is what I'm used to. So I never wanted to breed rodents because the reptile shop I was working at, I was being given a lot of stuff because I could sell their snakes like nothing. They never had anybody sell stuff like I did. So it was something I never really had to worry about in the rodent part of things. I know I'm really good at doing sales. I have a CNC machine shop, so I do sales for my company, and I do my quality control and do all that. I've also run horse shows, so I know a lot of the financial stuff. Plus, I teach people how to ride horses and train their horses and all sorts of stuff. So the business side of things, I understand the ups and downs and how things can go. So I don't get really stressed out too easily when things are at a low because I just know that's how it goes. I just know I got to try a little bit harder. Once I broke my foot though, and all those jobs were taken away, now that is something different. So, I had to really strategize what I was going to do to make up for all of that lost income. So I did start breeding. I still go to the reptile shop and they give me pretty good discounts and stuff, but I did start to breed. But I also am, I'm pushing my sales. I'm trying to get to more expos. 2 weekends ago, I sold 17 snakes at an expo. So for me, I push. Normally, I am the one who sells at expos, who sells the most, and it generally gets kind of the people next to me upset. They're like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "You got to get out there and talk, and talk to people, get them excited about this animal, and teach them."
Right.
So for me, I think I am really focusing on my sales, getting yay, it's Jamie. So happy to
What are
see
you
you.
doing there, Allie? I thought you were at the Christmas party.
We'll talk later about that.
Okay.
But yeah, so for me now, it's like, I am looking at, okay, this is snakes that I need to sell to make up room. I'm going to breed my own rodents. And I just try to keep building it that way. I'll always adapt and grow to wherever I need to be to make the business be successful. So you break something, you got to figure out what you're going to do next. And I did.
Right. Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to adapt, right?
Right. And I'm a single parent. Everything is literally on me. So, and I have 2 kids. So yeah, when I broke my foot, it was definitely a huge eye-opening, holy shit, I got to figure this out moment. Like, so yeah.
What's up, Chucky? Mr. Chucky. Y'all, if you ever see him at a reptile show, you've got to hang out with Chucky. He's a blast. Jamie,
I will say though, coming from the horse world, the snakes it's like nothing in the financial aspect if you compare it to that. So I definitely don't stress out as much. Hey, Tyler.
Tyler! Oh my gosh, dude. You're making me want to cry
awesome.
right now. I'm so
excited
glad to see you on here.
What's up, guys?
Yeah,
Oh, you look
more and
so
more
much
people coming
older.
in.
I don't know what that is. It hasn't been long. A couple months. What's up, guys?
How
So
you
what's the
been?
puberty,
Hey.
so.
Good. Ashley, keep going. You were talking.
I'm good now. Whoever's next, it's your turn.
It's your
That's
turn.
we were talking about business sustainability. So,
Oh, fun.
like,
Yay.
yeah, I'm glad you showed up because you can definitely give us some insight to that. So
Yeah.
when I looked at this as a business, the first thing I thought of was I need to keep my overhead low.
Yep.
Mhm.
And the second thing I thought of was I do not ever want to breed rodents. Well, that lasted, I think, 2 months.
Yeah.
But in terms of like building the business, I looked at trying to keep the collection as small as I could, but still be relevant, and then have some different product lines. Like especially when I went to Tinley and I saw ball python after ball python after ball python, and I thought to myself, if I just do ball pythons, I am just going to be another drop in the bucket.
Yep.
And I'm falling into the same business model as everybody else, with chasing the morphs and doing the turnover and all that stuff. So I went into a couple of different species, which I pointed out before, that don't have any morphs, but are still, fairly, not a cheap snake, kind of rare. And I know they're all niche, but a couple clutches a year for each one, or litters a year, it can definitely add to everything. And then, of course, breeding the rodents, I mean, that it like immediately made a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now where I'm freezing so many rodents.
There you go.
So now I have to start figuring out how to sell some of these rodents.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Well, and also it's not a big deal to hold on to them, because at some point you're going to learn that you're going to have to pull them when to end your colonies. And you unfortunately learn that by having low numbers at some point, and then you have to wait 2 months to have more babies. So don't just sell them. Like, I'd get freeze dried bags and keep them in your freezer for at least 6 months till you figure it out.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have a stock, and I'm at the point now where I'm looking at trying to sell some of that stock off, because I like the fact that I'm keeping my inventory low, and I know that there's barriers for that, right? Because I don't have the numbers that somebody like Tyler, with hundreds of snakes, would have in terms of hitting genetics. But if I can afford to buy the visuals. So like say maybe I buy 3 visuals instead of 6 or 8 hets, that long term, or within that period of time, 2-year period of time, I'm kind of spending the same amount of money, but I'm producing fewer snakes that I don't necessarily need. So that's kind of how I was looking at that. If I can buy in a little bit higher, buy fewer snakes, then the numbers are not as stacked against me. I can focus a little bit more on just the husbandry part of it.
Right.
That's kind of where I kind of designed my company, or whatever you want to call it, my hobby. I guess that's a better word.
Yeah.
Your focus.
Yeah.
Dude, I think my favorite part about the balls or the reptile industry is like there's so many different ways you could cut it up, So like you could do a 140 whatever 55 rack of just your top end shit and kill it, or you could just do an absolute fuckload of your lower to mid end stuff and crank those out pretty easy if you have the right connections to just, okay, I got 4 meals in them, they're gone.
Right.
And then like do a mix of both too. Like that's what I've been in for 2-ish years now, is like I have a lot of bananas, bells, pies, stuff like that, where it's like, okay, 4 meals, 5 meals, like get them out as quick as possible. And then I have others like, monarch pies and, triple hets and other stuff like that, where it's like, okay, we'll sit on them, put them to shows, whatever. Like it's great. On the snake end, your margins are so good no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it's a, $200 snake, you don't put much into it. I mean, you got to account for like your parent cost, but your actual upkeep on the animal is very low usually.
Yeah, especially if you breed your own rats.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. If you breed your own rats, it's very, very low. But even if you aren't, it's still not horrible. Even at, a $200 snake and you're feeding it a $2 rat every week, you're spending 100 some odd bucks on it. You sell it for $200. At the end of the year, you're still making,
Right.
double your money back on it, which is pretty nice. I think, for me, I'm switching up what I'm doing now. Really gonna tighten up on the lower and more mid-end stuff and focus as much as I can on, first off, the stuff I really love, and some of the higher end stuff. Just slim it down as much as I can to some monarchs, some toxic stuff, and a few other like niche projects. But Yeah, you could be very successful, and I could be very successful running it the way that I am. I think my biggest limiter is time. So, and the thing you're gonna have to like fight even it is just consistency on the sales aspect. Mostly is really tough. A lot of people, it now being mostly a rodent breeder, like my biggest problem with ball python breeders and converting them into customers is, okay, like if I do it, that I have to sell a snake a week, or I have to sell 5 snakes a month. And with the way things are right now, like it, or whatever, like that number is of snakes you have to sell a week or month is to sustain your collection. If you were buying rodents, like it's a very up and down week to month to year cycle on the balls, especially the last like 2 years. We've gone to shows and sold 30 snakes, and the next time we do that show in 2 months, sell 0. So it can definitely be tough, but you gotta put in as much work as you can networking locally so you can get rid of stuff. Like for me, I have a lot of pet stores I deal with. Actually just sent out a decent list, like, hey, it's holiday time, so if you got pet stores in your area, call them. Hey, especially if you got bells, bananas, pieds, just cool looking stuff.
I'm vending this weekend too.
Yeah, like they will take a good amount of stuff if you have nice looking animals, reasonable price. Like they'll take a lot of stuff right now. You just gotta like think about that side too. But
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot more work running a breeder spot like I got, with 130-ish breeder females, where you could, make the same amount of money, running one rack of really, really top end shit.
And that lowers your overhead too.
Oh,
you've got one rack instead of 5, for example.
Yeah, and the biggest thing you're gonna find there's like, I find it very hard, and I know multiple people who have done it this way, where they buy in really big, really, really big, or top end of the market. And even when you do that, I like caution a lot of people to do that. And I can give you some resources if you're thinking of doing that, but you're going to really struggle the first year or 2 or even 3 years producing stuff. Like,
the first 5 years.
Yeah. One of my very, very good friends who has spent ungodly amounts of money in this, like their first 2 or 3 years, they were hitting shit that you couldn't find anywhere else. And it was still hard for them to sell because
nobody knew who they were, right?
Yeah, it's like, or even like, yeah, you know who they are, but the people who, like, whatever, you hit a Desert Ghost Monsoon, for example, right? Like you're buying ingredients to make that from like your Justins and your people like that, and then you hit it. Who do you have to sell it to? Well, probably not just under those people, and the people who are also looking for that type of stuff. Who are they going to go to? Justin and those people first.
They're not going to go to the nobody with 2 reviews,
right? So,
Patrick, Tyler, he's talking to y'all.
Oh, thank you.
Or she.
But it's even if you do that, it's like, okay, you got years worth of a grind. You're going to take half value on a $20,000 animal because people don't know who you are to get reviews on Morph Market. And then I think, Travis, you're really, really smart with diversifying into the other reptiles and the rodents too. And obviously I'm a big proponent of the rodents, but
I hate rodents.
Dude,
oh my goodness, what a diva.
But
I have to go and take care of those things twice a day, man.
Yeah.
No, oh my God. Okay, you're sitting there griping about that, and Tyler's like making buck over there doing it.
No,
so
Tyler.
No, why did Tyler?
If he's not already a millionaire, he's going to be a millionaire by the time he's 25.
So I'm working on it, buddy.
If he's smart, he's going to have people that he just points the finger and tells them where to go and what to do, and he can just focus on fun strategy and making insane snakes.
Yeah, it's we're working on that. But yeah, actually, like Jamie said, like it's been a really shit couple weeks in the rodent building. I made it was a really rough couple weeks so far. It's going to be another rough 2 weeks. A lot of orders from my regular customers got exploded. They doubled or tripled their usual orders. And, right before that happened, I recycled about 4 racks in the same week. So,
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like 3 of my customers, the most they've ever ordered on like weans and smalls has been like 50. Then 3 weeks in a row, they go, okay, I want 150 a week. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can do it. 3 weeks go by and I'm like, shit. So
Sounds like you need to find some contracts.
I have a couple, but yeah, those are easy. I'll take those all day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to be able to predict what the demand for your production is going to be, so you don't have to, you're not doing this all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly like my favorite thing that I've found in the rodents compared to the snakes, and is the consistency or of it. I've never had a down week on sales from the customer side. Really, it's all up to my capacity and what I can provide, which is great. So we're continuing to grow like crazy. I forget the last time I was on here, but we just hit a really nice mark last month. For anyone who doesn't know, we took over a rodent business in February and added it into ours and bought one more. It's like 3 rodent businesses together now, all under me. And we took that in February, and in November we officially tripled what that company had been doing on a month-to-month basis. So
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. We over tripled what his best month was in 15 years in November. So that was pretty huge for us.
And right here, people up there on the upper left-hand side, Fuzzy Acres, hit Tyler up, takes home a 15, use it. He has, dude, I'm so proud of you. You're so young, and you've come so far, and you're killing it.
Thank you.
And I think we all on here are very proud of you.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm excited with how it's gone. I think this.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I buy from him all the time.
Yeah, I still got to put my order in, but I've got so many ASFs. But the thing is I need large rats now. So.
Yeah, those. I'm overstocked right now on XLs and doubles, but no one
Love
takes
it. Love it.
But
Same.
yeah, this has been like the most insane year of my life by far. So I'm super happy. I think yesterday, like I left the show. I don't even know how long ago, but it was just everything was going really, really crazy. I just haven't been able to slow down like at all. But yesterday, I took a drive, just no music, no fucking audiobook or podcast. And I just drove for like a half hour. And like on that whole drive, I like was tearing up with how like lucky I've been this year. And I, want to thank you guys and everyone else in the community and all my customers. Like it's been legit like a dream kind of come true now. Like, and I thought about everything from like middle school and high school where like teachers were like just giving up, type of thing. Like, like you're just gonna fail your way through high school and like get on with it and probably not figure it out. Or like even into my business school I went to, and there was one professor there that was not my fan publicly, right? And like being able to take that car ride and go like, wow, like I actually have been able to do something, and I'm not close to where I want to be. And that's what I tell myself 99% of the time in the day is like,
But how many months ago was it when you got that you realized like, oh crap, I can't do this in the house anymore? There was like, how long ago was that? It feels like it was like a year ago, this time last year.
yeah,
Mhm.
December.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
The first Tuesday in December last year was when we got noticed by the town like we can't do the rodents here anymore.
Yeah. So in a year, you completely found a building, you set all that up, and you took on this rodent business.
You bought two
It's
other
nuts.
businesses. So the best thing that could have happened was them telling you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And no, there's like, I think it's, again, like I've said, it's been the most insane 12 months of my entire life. And I've struggled. I try now more than ever to like slow down a little bit and like remind myself that, but I still suck at it. But yesterday was like a big day for that, for me. Like, okay, you know, we hit a big milestone last month. Like, even though the last 2 weeks, like I said, have been like not great. It's like, well, I asked for it type of thing. Like, this is, and I'm still happy. Like, you know,
That's good. That sometimes you just have to put yourself first and try to do your company and you build and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's the community, people are fickle, and if you do one thing and somebody's like they take it personally, no, absolutely not. I'm so proud of you, Tyler.
thank you. Yeah.
You know, you're like, hey, I got to do this. Bet, let's do it. You know, we're all here to support you. You're doing great, and I know you have a ton of sales, and you're doing great, dude. But Travis he's not. He's just over there being fickle. So.
Oh, I'm never going to be big like Tyler. That's not my goal. But
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of I don't want to say like met a lot of new people the last year, because I have met a good amount, but like my connections with a few people have just gotten a lot stronger, especially like in the rodent side. It's actually been weird. Like, I'm a lot less close with some of the snake people and a lot more close with the rodent people. I guess it's just my life now. But talking to them about it, and it's like, I don't think I would wish what I do on a lot of people unless like you're really into it. You know, there's a lot of rodent breeders I talk to, especially at a smaller scale, and we shoot back and forth, you know, what I go through, what they go through, and like all this stuff. And even someone who is very close to being one of the largest ASF producers in the country is like, dude, I don't know how you do the rats or the mice, right? Or like, I don't know how you do this. And I tell them, like, I don't know how you produce that many fucking ASFs. Like, screw you. Like, it's horrible. I would hate to do that. But like, I don't know. I think my whole life is just like, figure out what you want to do, and really, and it's not just do it, like do it smartly, or try to do it like the best you can. Because, you know, I definitely have made plenty of mistakes in the balls, a lot. And I've made some, you know, mistakes in the rodents too, but like, I try and run things so much smarter. Like the thought that goes into almost everything I do nowadays is
that's a big deal.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, you know, we're doing things like I could have only, you know, dreamed of and stuff. Like, you know, I can tell you guys some private stuff backstage, if you know, but it's just insane. So
One thing I would say to you to help your company, not so much on the rodent aspect, but on your snakes, is TikTok. There's a lot of people wanting to know more about the Mario gene and the toxic gene. And I'm like, I can't explain it. Tyler, I mean, he was my dude. He's not there anymore, but he is here, but he's busy, you know.
Yeah.
But try to explain on TikTok, do some reels, and
yeah,
you know, you've got a ton of that stuff. You've been working with it so heavy for all these years that I consider you a professional on at least those two genes. I'm not going to say the other orange one that nobody likes to talk about. So,
Yeah,
Banana?
I don't consider my professional in 99% of shit, but I'm professionally special needs.
special needs. He said it, y'all. Tyler is special needs.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna try and set it up for at least the end of this month, maybe January. Is Palm Street. It's something like I've not done before, and after some rough conversations the last month, I'm gonna be downsizing the snakes like crazy.
I would like to touch bases on you with that because they reached out to me like a year ago, and I was just like, I'm not ready for that. Like, I wasn't even on Morph. I'm still not on Morph Market. I'm on Reptile ads. I pay for it, but to put it from Husbandry Pro to Morph Market, I still hadn't figured out yet. Like the easiest route. So,
I think just for like example, and I don't know, I might try it on I'm going to do a test Palm Street with a few snakes on it. Then I'm going to try and just blow it up.
Well, shoot, put on some Instagram reels or shoot in your groups and let everyone know when you're doing it so we can jump on and support you. I know if you get so many subscribers or whatever, people ringing the bell, it changes how, I don't know, just make sure you got people following you. So
yeah, and it's going to be a big thing, I think, because again, like I said, I've probably got about 130-ish breeders.
So you're going to wait till after the winter to do this, or you're trying to, can you still ship in New York?
Yeah, I can still ship. I'm not going to ship until next year.
Yeah.
For like holiday stuff, I never do. But once the New Year breaks, there's usually some shipping windows, even in January, February.
Okay, cool.
But it's like, again, I think I'm at 130 breeders. Like my goal is to get down to like maximum 50. So
that's a lot.
We're gonna cut like 70 breeder females on Palm Street. Or that's my goal. And then a shitload of babies. I just want to slim it down to a more manageable, size for me with the way that the rodents are going now. It's really, really nuts. So lower the workload over here a little bit, just to, again, like I said when I hopped on, like the shit that I love to do and not some of the other random stuff that like I needed to do the last couple years to, again, keep a sustainable business.
Right.
The way I was at, I couldn't make all higher end stuff, right? I had to make my GHI hypo combos and my banana combos and stuff to offload quickly and do whatever with, but having a relatively stable spot with the rodents is offsetting it now, right? So it's nice.
We need to take a sponsor break real quick, and we'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
Python Suzy. He's been professionally fondling pythons since April 2024. Before that, it was just for fun. He has balls and golans, and soon he'll have dwarf Burmese pythons in his collection. He loves dark clowns, leopards, and long walks on the beach with sunsets. He thinks orange dream and blackhead are salt and pepper on a good steak. Hit him up. He'll talk about just about anything. Fuzzy Acres is a small American business with a passion for top-notch customer service. Tyler is bringing his own high standards for his feeders at Tyler's Toxic Balls to your front door. At Fuzzy Acres, he's not just breeding feeders. Tyler is breeding trust by providing clean and healthy rodents, rabbits, chickens, and quails for all of your reptile needs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, really quick, rabbit breeders, let me know. My rabbit lady slacking off the last couple months.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows a good one, but there seems to be none. That's for my
And Travis is MIA. Where's Travis at?
He's fiddling
He's
his.
lurking.
All right, guys, I've got to jump off of here. I got
remembered.
some family matters to attend to. So,
Alrighty.
Tyler, it was so good to see you again, sir.
It was good to see you
Don't
too.
be a stranger.
I'll try not to be.
All right.
Bye, Holly.
All right, what's been going on with everyone here? I've
Then there were
talked
four.
one.
No, I was asking
Jamie
everybody
gets
what they
the
do
answer.
for sustainability, and I think Jamie still gets to give us a spiel on how she sets things up on her side of things.
Yeah.
Her business. What do you do as far as when you look at managing costs and money flow and everything for your business? Like, how do you structure how your business makes money and how it stays sustainable?
Oh, so for me, so I raise my own rodents, and then I have a separate checking account. So for the business, so everything that we make for the business goes in there, and and I try not to do anything as far as like use the household money. But then Carl does his 3D prints, and his 3D printing money also goes in there. So that kind of helps us out when he gets big orders for the prints and stuff. So
Okay.
it's
Do you
between
sell
the
rodents too?
things, and then Carl's branching off into plants. So we're going to be vending the Nashville AARPE show in Tennessee. You got to get a plant license. So we're legal. We got our plant license. And so we're going to start doing that too. So just kind of, like you said, you want to be diverse. And I want to make sure I'm a little bit more, I like to study and learn. So I'm slow on putting in new species and kind of like making sure I have the husbandry down for the ones that I have. So we're, instead of diversing into different species, which I have a couple different species growing up, but we're diversing into like other things like plants.
It's funny you say that because my wife found Palm Street.
Yeah.
She comes up to me the other day and she goes, have you ever heard of this? I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, Palm Street. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of it. Like a lot of the breeders, they sell their snakes on there. And she looks at me and she's like, you have like this whole life that I don't know about. And she has been on Palm Street 24/7 for, I think, 4 days. And we have gotten 3 plants.
Oh, fuck.
And she's sitting there watching an auction. And I swear to God, she is talking just like a ball python breeder.
Yep.
She's like, well, I can't believe they're selling that plant for that much. I just saw it over here for this and that morph and this morph and that morph. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then she shows me a plant that this lady had for sale for $6,500.
Yep.
I didn't know plants got that expensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we watched
Especially
this.
the bonsai. Those are the ones that my husband likes. And
Yeah,
so
well,
we
these are
one
like
of the first things
the
we bought off
Monstera.
Wall Street was an $85 pot, and that's a cheap pot.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful.
This was like,
Great
she was
pot.
looking at Monstera alocasia, which are like these leaves that are like, 8 feet long or whatever, and they're variegated. And, and next thing I know, she's coming in and she's talking about all the different morphs of the plants and everything. And we just got a weird plant today. And so the snake room, when we're done with it, is also going to be a plant room because
Nice.
she is dead set on growing plants and selling them in Palm Street. She absolutely loves it. She watched this little Indian lady from her apartment make like $1,200 in 15 minutes. And it was just like ding, 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 ding. And it was like $50 for a cutting.
Yep.
And I'm like, I love plants, but I like the snakes more, but that's what we're going to do too, just so I can get her down into the snake room and, spend even more time arguing with her about, the thises and the that's of businesses and things. Fun arguments though. We have a lot of fun.
How do you ship the plants so they don't get damaged?
They ship them just like the snakes.
They'll package the roots and however they do it, and with soil and not in a pot usually, sometimes in a pot, sometimes in like a plastic bag around the root ball, and ship it overnight like the snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's an interesting little thing. I mean, if we could, my goal, I'm hopefully 10 to 15 years away from retirement, hopefully 10, not 15. We get these businesses set up so that we can do something fun and bring in enough money to, you know, have fun, so to speak, supplement to retirement. So that's
Yeah,
kind
I
of how
look
we
at it as long as the business pay for themselves and pay for our trips when we go to shows and go travel and go to
Yeah.
the shows, that's what I want to do. So
Yeah. No, I think actually that's like another good point on like the sustainability, right? For me, like again, there's many ways you could look at it and how to get to where and how to do what. But like, yeah, what do you want it to be too, right? Like, do you want it to just pay for itself and you make an extra few whatever your number is to like put back into it every year as a hobby business type of thing, or pay for your retirement, or like full-time gig, right? And like there's the sustainable way to do all three of those things is so different. Right. So and it's really fun for me now because I've like gone through two of those stages, not the retirement one. I got a long way to go for that one. Sorry, Travis.
You're never going to retire. You're going to continue to do what you want to do. You're already setting yourself up to never needing to retire. So
yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think when I retire, I'll probably just die quickly after. But yeah, it's like there's different ways to do like the two things that I'm talking about, where it was for a long time until pretty much 2 years ago, year and a half ago, where the snakes were just like, okay, like let's make some money and throw it back in. And then when I left high school, it was like, okay, like I'm not getting a job. So how do I turn it into like where, okay, maybe I can take some money out of it and, take some for myself. Like, hey, if I want to go on a date night or something, whatever, I can do that. And then it switched from that to the rodents, where it's like, okay, like there's a way where you can do a good amount of money to, have a life, get a house and do your whole family thing, for me, like I would like to do. And, there's a way different way I run that, where it's okay, you're calculating cost per square foot and how many grams of food this damn thing is eating a week. Where you usually don't take as much like into account when it's just okay, like we'll see the ins and outs of it, and if I make an extra grand at the end of the month, what I can do with it, type of thing when you run the business. So like that's another thing too. Like if I'm not super open freely, but I'm open all day long to talk on the phone while I work. Like if anyone's interested in like talking about like how I do that, or like, hey, like I want to do this type of thing, like, and I can try and give my thoughts on it. And I'm not there yet, right? So I'll give you the input that I have now, and see if that gives people any good or bad insight they can take for themselves. But I love it so much. Like I think I've said it on here before. It's like my loves are like my family, my snakes, snakes and rats, and just business. Like those are the things that just I love. So I've dug into this as just a business so hard in 2 years. And having the previous 8 years just being like fun and hobby and whatever, it made it really a lot easier to go like to a full business, because like I have that like back end of those plenty of years just like being in it for fun. And that's like one huge reason why the rodent company was able to go from where it was to where it is. Like right when I took it over, I went, okay, let me look through my Rolodex of people I've met in 8 years and give them a call and see if they would switch to our rodents. And a lot of them did. But those are just like, okay, I bought 2 snakes off of this guy in Buffalo last year. I do rats now. Do you want them? Sure. Cool. Like, so building up all of those, contacts everyone knows are super important. Even if you don't know they're important right now or when you make them.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's smart to do that.
Yeah. Ashley, I didn't hear your piece on how you do the sustainability. So Travis, I'm going to make you listen to it again.
That's fine.
So, like I said before, I have a broken foot right now. This happened in June. I am not cleared to work or to be doing anything.
Oof.
Prior to that happening, I was used to working 3 to 4 jobs, 14 plus hours a day. And I was okay with that. Like, I will hustle, I will work. I'm a single parent of 2 kids. Like, I do what I have to do. And yeah, so like, the snake for me, it didn't start as a business. It started as a pet for the kid. I went to a reptile shop. That's where I learned a whole lot of awesome information. I ended up working there. And I would sell a ton of stuff for them. So I was always getting like my rodents and hatching racks and all sorts of stuff for free. So when I broke my foot, I had to say goodbye to all of my jobs. So one job I will have, because I have a CNC machine shop. It's my family's company. My brother and I will be taking it over. So, I always have that to go to for sure. And I will still help out with things occasionally that I can do at home on my laptop. So I'm kind of restarting my business view, and I'm in that process kind of basically in this moment. So for me, I know I'm a really good salesperson. For me, it's like trying to get to more expos to sell my snakes, to sell that product. Say a couple weeks ago, I ended up selling 17 at an expo. I know I get up and I go, 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 go. I talk to everybody because you just never know who you talk to, who's going to come back to you, where that might lead to something. So I have started to breed my own rodents. I know how to do it. I helped, at the reptile shop with their thousands upon thousands of ASS and rats and mice and all that stuff. So it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with doing it. So I'm currently, building more and more colonies as we speak right now. But for me, it's just right now I want to get to the expos. I want to make those sales and bring those rodents in. I am hoping to breed dwarf retics in the future. I have to find I have 2 males right now. I have a super dwarf, and then I also have a dwarf. So 2 males. I absolutely love them. And so I do need to find myself a good female at some point. I have my Solomon Island ground boas and tree boa. So I'm hoping I need males for my tree boa still, my ground boa. I think she's gravid, so I'm hoping she's gonna go soon. So I do have, some of the diversity there. So yeah, it's just trying to be diverse, go out there, talk to everybody I can, and try to make those sales. And I also like to try to teach people how to sell. I will literally go to people's tables and sell their animals for them at an expo that I'm vending myself, just so they can also get a sale and they can learn how to do it.
I'll need your help.
People tell me I can sell, water to a fish. That's what people tell me all the time. So it's at the reptile shop, they tell me like, we've never seen anybody move snakes like this or reptiles. Like, it was insane. It was just bam, one after the next. So I know that's my strong suit. I also know you might go to an expo and it might be super slow. You might sell 1 or 2 or nothing, and that will be okay. But I generally, sell a minimum of like 8 at each show.
Yeah.
So for me, that's how I'm just trying to just sustain it at this particular moment in time. I will probably continue to breed the rodents. But I don't know that I want to go back to working as many hours as I was because I was away from my kids so much. So I think by breeding my own rodents, that allows me to be home more and focusing more on what I'm doing. I also sold a bunch of my pet breeders. Just because I am going to view on that higher end of things, and I'm going to have a few pet breeders. I'm not going to have, 15 over here or 20 or whatever it is I had. So it's just making the adjustments and going with the flow and being okay with what, whatever I've got to do to get it done, that's what I'm going to do to get it done.
Yep. And breed to get better every season.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's, just even an opportunity this week, even talking to somebody, and now I'm getting a, visual super OD puzzle mail, and they're sending me 6 hat puzzle females. They have a bunch of different codons and stuff in that as well, but they're ready to go. They're ready to breed. So, and I picked up a bunch of stuff from, Aura. So I've got a lot of my Ultramel, clown, and I've got more Ultramel puzzle stuff too. So I've gotten over a lot of the other stuff, and I'm honing in on that a little bit more.
And that is something that people could take advantage for sustainability right now too. There are a lot of people that are downsizing their collections, like and you could get some killer deals right now if you have the space. So I got some nice snakes from Muscles and Geeks here lately too. So you could definitely get some deals right now for sure.
Buy when the market's low,
talk to
sell
the
when the
people.
market's high.
Yeah, and something like, again, I don't know, your thoughts on it, but like, if you take your strength, right, what you said is selling shit, right, and there's only so much you can do, right, with your production, which I don't know what it is, but if you're saying you sell 8 snakes a show, or you could do like 17 snakes in a show, you're gonna run out at some point.
Mm-hmm. It happened to me last year. I ran out of product. Yeah,
like you're gonna run into that, I think, which is like a great problem to have, but there's a good amount of, and there's one of my very, very close friends. He's very similar to you. Like, I don't even know. Dude just hustles and he sells more snakes than I've heard of anyone selling, right? And he's not even like that big, but he just moves a shitload of snakes. And how does he do it? Like, he doesn't breed a ton of stuff. He's got almost the same amount of snakes as me, maybe less. He buys wholesale lots like crazy and just turns them over.
So through connecting with people, and again, I literally will go and talk to everybody. I have people when I sell, so I have a few more hatchlings that I want to sell and have some more room, but I have a few other breeders that just want to send me their stuff, and then they'll split profits with me. So
it's huge,
they seen me sell, they know, and even at Tinley, breeders that have been doing it for 20 some odd years, I gave them tips and helped them rearrange their display to bring more people in. And then they got a sale once I went in there and got it done for them. And I said, okay, this is what you need to do, so.
I think you just identified a side business for yourself, Ashley.
Yes. It's actually, I've talked to Jamie. Jamie was the first person I brought it up to.
Yeah.
Jamie's awesome and been super supportive. And I've talked to Shane Kelly about it as well. And I'm starting to come up with different ideas and different videos. I just have to be very careful on what I show, what I'm doing at the moment, or what I'm allowed to do at the moment, because of my foot broke in Tennessee when I was at a Airbnb, because they had a hole covered by a thin little mat at the bottom of the steps. So, So this was actually for small towns, Reptiles on the River, and everybody was there, and I kept joking. I was like, I'm gonna be late. If I'm late, it's because I was making friends with the bears, because I rent this cabin on 8 acres by myself. And so I was late, but my phone was already in my truck. I just went to grab the towel, and I'm sitting there for like 45 minutes, like, what do I do? Like, I was in so much pain, and then I'm like, I just gotta get up. I just gotta go. It's gonna be fine.
That's so fucking bad.
And then I have 3 avulsion fractures, and my tibia was fractured in 2 spots, and they recently found out my tibia also has a fracture, but it's non-union and part of the bone has died, so that's going to require surgery probably. But I have to do some more testing because some of my toes don't bend, and so we just got to see which. Yeah, I really did. And so because it's a lawsuit and I'm not cleared to the doctors to work or anything.
I was just say,
so
you better be suing the shit out of that Airbnb.
Oh, I called Jamie because once I got back after like everything settled down, I actually called Jamie and I was like, I need your opinion because like I told her, and I showed her, I'm like, this is what's covered. And she's like, oh no, you need to do something about that, get video. And she helped me out with that a lot.
If anybody doesn't know, I give great advice. Clearly.
She does.
I give great
Jamie
advice.
is awesome. I love Jamie.
That's
And so I took video of everything, and I also have the owners of the property in messaging admitting fault. So, and they already contacted their insurance company right away. Like, she came out and she knew, and she was like, oh shit, basically.
yeah.
So, but yeah, so, and it's my right foot, so I'm not allowed to be driving. I'm not allowed to work. Yeah. Oh, and then, being a single parent. Yeah. So like, I have really had to really revamp how I'm doing things.
Like Tyler
So, I'll
was saying,
say fingers
think through it before you do it.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
like that's actually like, it's not funny, but that's something like I had a meeting on Tuesday with someone about some very serious business stuff. And like one thing he brought up was something, like what happened to you. Like, hey dude, what happens if you break your arm? Is exactly what he said. Like, there's so much on you right now. Like, if something happens, you break your arm, like how bad does this get? And I'm like, actually really fucking bad. So like putting in now, and I had been for a bit, but like really focusing more on like, okay, like if something happens to me, God forbid, like, hey, this thing can like still run. It won't be 100%, but maybe it's 80% as good.
That's your goal right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Like that's my goal eventually, but it definitely wasn't my like, okay, I'm figuring out December of 2025 goal, but like now it is. Because like, as it sounds stupid, like it's snowy, it's icy, it's gross out here right now. Like who knows? Right? Like just get into a minor car accident. Hey, I break my wrist or something.
Yeah, somebody else could be on their phone while driving, and that just happened to my daughter's boyfriend. It just happened. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So like when you run, a business like me or anyone here, it's like, how shitty does it get when you break your foot and it's nothing you think about until it happens? So
and 2 months before you moved all your snakes into the basement.
I'm so sorry that happened. Like that's horrible.
It's.
But
You learn how to figure it out, and I just figure out. And thankfully, I was good about saving funds and preparing for stuff like this, and that's why I always worked so hard. I always wanted to have a backup. So,
and I guarantee you, in 6 months, your processes will be so down pat because you put them together when you broke your foot.
100%.
To be efficient.
Yeah, it'll be like 2 steps from here to here. All right, cool. When I don't have a
and maybe I'll get a really great settlement that I can just do this full time and live in my little cabin in Tennessee.
That would be
Move to Tennessee.
That's my goal. Goals.
Like
if there's like 200 acres that comes with it, I'd be okay with that too.
We'll all have
Actually,
tiny
I thought you
homes,
were in
build a
Tennessee.
snake room in the middle.
Yes.
Ashley, are you not in Tennessee?
I am in Illinois.
Oh, okay. I always thought you were in Tennessee for some reason.
No, it's just I'm manifesting that, so it's probably why.
She gives off Tennessee.
Yeah.
I bet if you
Tennessee
did a
vibes.
GoFundMe to move from Illinois to Tennessee, it would probably go over fairly well.
Hey, that's a great idea.
I
All right, Travis, start that up for me.
I donate to it to get you out of Illinois.
Illinois.
Get a poor boy out of New York to go to literally any other state. He'll be much better.
Tennessee, come to Tennessee. All the cool kids
Tennessee is so beautiful.
I will be in Tennessee at some point. I think that's definitely a bucket list location there.
But I will say it's cheap in Idaho, but it's cheap for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, what are your thoughts on North Dakota, Travis?
There's no demand, so it's very cheap here.
Yep.
No, it is a nice place here. It's just you need to be interested in hiking, hunting, and fishing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Sounds good. And cold winters.
Yeah. I'm used to that. I'm okay with that.
Well, I was out in this shirt today in the middle of, it's December 11th. No snow.
Really?
I'm out in this, walking around. It's not really even that cold. It's like 50 degrees.
It's like
It's
18
kinda
I know a
degrees.
few days ago I had about 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
But then it warmed up to like 34 degrees and it started raining. So now it's just like a nice sheet of ice.
Nice.
Yeah, we're at a nice 18 degrees today. It's gross. Yeah, New York sucks. I hate it.
Tennessee is that was the first time I ever had been to Tennessee. And apart from falling down, it was awesome. And I think it's the people that made it awesome. And I don't know. It's like I said, like Jamie and the Harbins, and you got Keeper Keen and Shane. It's just I don't know. So many awesome people, beautiful state. Yeah, I love it.
Shane's
Small town
a-
Patreon rocks. I love it, and all the people in it.
It is like a
Nice.
little family.
Mm-hmm.
The Patreon. It is. It's awesome.
So, yeah, I
Well,
plan to be out
folks,
there one day.
we have surpassed our hour. We can continue this, or we can bid adieu for the evening.
Is that
I
your
know
only
my,
question you had? I thought you had more.
I always have more. Oh, we do have a game.
That's what it was. Okay.
You guys want to play a game real quick?
Unless you guys are all tired.
I thought that's why I was late, because for some reason I had brain farted and I thought it was 9:30 to 10:30. So if y'all go back and watch when I jumped on, I didn't know we were live. So I'm like fixing my hair and acting all crazy. Thought we were backstage.
All right, before we play our game, we're going to give a recap real quick of Tyler's week. This is kind of how Tyler's week went, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Shit. Nope, but okay, kind of figuratively, yeah.
I'm surprised that's a ribbon and not a smear mark.
That would make it so much better.
All right, so real quick guessing game. You guys have played or watched the Wheel of Fortune, so you know what's up. So we're at the phase now where we're gonna guessing the final phrase. And I just want to see where you guys are at with this.
You're gonna screw me.
Tyler, what do you think that is?
I don't know, man. The second one is really
I think I know it.
let Ashley go for it really quick and bring that back up because I really want to figure this out.
I don't think it's what you think it is.
It's not what I think it is. That's what I'm.
Is it luck be in the air tonight?
In the air. Oh, I was trying to figure out what that third word was.
That
Or
is
whatever. the third
absolutely
line.
not what that is.
Oh.
What? Well, I guess it's the
I thought it
naughty
was
version then.
be in the something tonight. Air would have fit.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Ashley had a running start though.
What was it?
I forgot that you showed that to me till
Luck be
now.
in the
Luck.
air.
Luck. Be
Yep.
in the
Luck
air.
be in the air tonight.
Yeah, that's what I
Or
was thinking too.
Or duck
Or the
duck
other
me
thing
in
that
the
all you dirty mind people are thinking. Shame on you.
or duck me in the yes tonight.
I definitely wasn't
I
thinking
said duck. I said duck.
that. Wasn't me.
all right. Well, on that note, everybody, I hope you have a good weekend. For those that tuned in, thanks for showing up. Tyler, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for gracing us with your presence.
No problem.
Jamie and Ashley, you guys take care.
Have a good
You
night,
do.
guys.